I mean, I've got the washing machine going, I've got the fan going, I've got noises everywhere. I'm an amateur. Oh yeah, yummy. Hey Beauts, it's ItsnotCaroline here and welcome back to another Get Ready With Me video. Now, I've had a lot of people say to me, how do you do your eyeshadow? I don't know how to do it. Can you show me? Blah blah. And in most videos, I put a bit on and then I fast forward it really quick and kind of skip it all. So what we're going to do today is get rid of the cat hair that's in my eye because it's my life. Is we're going to review a palette that I bought. So I went into a shop called Beauts, which is in Westfield in London in Stratford, and they do LA girl makeup and they do like brands that I've never really heard of. And I saw this palette here. This palette here, the ring light's in the way, so you can't. This palette here, it's called Fruit Punch. It's by a company called either Laroc or Laroc. And I was like, oh, that red looks good. And I swatched the red, and the red was so bright, and it stayed on my hand all day. And I was like, I'm glad I bought this. It's £8.50 for this palette. Now we're gonna make a look today out of this palette, and I'm gonna tutorial how to do eyeshadow anyway, and then we'll have a little look. So you've got some good colours going on here. Like there's some shimmers. There's 4 different shimmers: a pink, an orange, a kind of grey, and a green down here. But the red and just they look so pigmented. So I was like, I'm gonna give these a go. So what we're gonna do is I've done a base already. I've done like foundation and stuff. But we're gonna try this out. Tutorial how to do it, and then we'll just have a little look. I'm not going to swatch because of nails, and I try swatching and then I'm like, I've digged a big hole into my pan, and then I get annoyed. So we're just gonna go straight in. Now I haven't washed my brushes, so who gives a fuck, but basically I like to get a big brush like this, a big blending brush. This is a Morphe M510, and this is the one I use for a base colour, so normally like a really light colour. So we're going to go for the white that's in there today. Now they actually do have names, which I live for, because some of them never have names. They're not printed on very well though. Jesus Christ. So this one's just called Snow Queen, the white one. So we're going to take this big old blending brush, we're going to go in with Snow Queen and see, and if there's no fallout, which is always nice, and just see kind of how it looks on the actual eye. I mean, you can see it's there. It's not the brightest of whites, but I did pay £8.50. I don't know what kind of stuff I'm expecting out of the white. But yeah, so we put a base colour down. I'm going to do one eye to show you, and then I'll do the other eye off camera and come back. But normally I do a bit and a bit and a bit and a bit. I don't ever do one whole eye and then one whole eye, because I like to kind of know, I like it to be matching, and sometimes I'm like, oh, what layer did I do there? When you layer, you have to do one eye at a time. Otherwise it just looks weird. So we're going to do a base of white up to the brow bone. That's what I like to do, and you don't always have to do white, so I'll do a shimmer all the way up to the brow bone, or just the lightest colour in your palette is normally the one that I do on the whole eyelid with a big brush. Okay, so next we're going to get another kind of blending brush. I normally like to go for a flat, or I'll go for my other Morphe one, but any brush that's kind of thick and spread is a good blending brush that I like to go for. So then I'll go for a colour that I don't even know what to pick, because there's just so many. I don't know what to go for, and now the white's everywhere. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm gonna go for a fire eye, so I'm gonna go for yellow, orange and red, because I'm really curious to how this red's gonna come out, and then I'll add a little like orange shimmer like into the corner. So we're gonna take this big old like kind of brush here, we're gonna go in with the yellow. Oh, that's not too bad, you know. And we go, oh, the pigment's quite good, you know. Okay, so I go across the crease of my eye with the next layer colour, and I kind of push it into the crease, but I go up and down. It's like a kind of this kind of motion, so I go like this, because then I'm pushing and blending down and up. So I don't go all the way to the bottom, because I know that I'm going to put another colour on there anyway. So this is just kind of like a middle colour. So I do in the crease, and I blend it almost kind of like, it's like a circle motion as well. You're blending it up towards the brow bone. And you're blending it down towards the lid, but not all the way. So if you see, it just kind of sits in that bit there. So that is the kind of first layer over the base layer. And the pigment's nice, you know, for £8.50. Yes, there is cat hair in my eyeball, and I can feel it on my iris. Okay, so we've got the yellow layer down, which I'm living for. I normally take the same brush, because I don't give a fuck, but there's different brushes for different things. I'm quite amateur when it comes to the brushes. I kind of know what some of them do, but I more just kind of make sure I'm not using one that's got black already on it on my eye. But I have a lot of these shaped, because I like to use these a lot. Like there's a few, these kind of shaped ones here. So you see they're all kind of thick at the end. These are the ones I like to use for blending and for just adding thing on. The flat brush is when you like get on the lid and stuff, so we'll come to that. Don't worry about it, we're getting there, it's all good. So let's turn you up a bit. No, that's good. So we're gonna go in with the orange, which I'm assuming is just as pigmented as the other one, and then we're gonna go with that on the lid but blend it up into the yellow crease. So it's the same kind of motion, but instead of starting from the middle, you're starting from the bottom and going up. Do you see? The pigment is very good. I'm very happy about this palette. I really, really am. Do you know what? Once we're done on eye, I'll try and swatch at the end with my nails and just try and not be a dick about it. So this, oh wait, hold on. The yellow one's called, fuck me, Mango Morning, I think. Why would they print it on there? So weird. And this one's called Orange Soda. You copy an Anastasia Beverly Hills of that one. I've already got an orange soda in one of my palettes. Okay, so we've done it on the lid. I blend it up towards the yellow. You see, perfectly blended into some sort of weird fruit punch. It's called fruit punch. I'm such a genius. So we do that, and then we do that like that, and then that looks great. And we make sure we get it all the way into the end. And then what I like to do is get a bold colour, which is going to be red today, and do it in the corner. And I'll show you how we do that. So we're not going to use this one because it's too big. So we're going to get a brush that's a little bit less that size. Let me find a good one. Okay, so we're going to get a small flathead one. You see this one here? Focus in to the brush, not to me. The camera loves me. So we're going to get the red, which is called fucking, I don't even know. But they paint it, I don't know, you can't see, but basically they've done black writing with white like shadowing, but the palette's black, so you could just see the white shadowing. I'm confused. It doesn't work very well. Something Bland is called. I don't care. So we're going with the red, which is the thing that I swatched in the shop, and I was like, God damn. And look at that pigment, mate. I fucking yes. So with the darker colour, you go into the back corner and you kind of get it down halfway through the lid. Now this is for a kind of cut crease look. You don't have to do that. You can just do red and then layer it up. But I like to go corner, blend it in, blend it into like the orange, and go down to about there, and then I stop, and then I make sure that's all blended. Now because it's blended, I go back to the brush I had originally, because that's easier and better to blend with. I can't find it, it's right here. And then I kind of mix it in. Because you've got the orange on it already, you could just kind of mix it together. Do you see? I mean, it goes a little bit pinky, this red, but it's a fucking good red. It's a better red than the one that's in my blood sugar, and that's fucking saying something, because that is like a £50 palette. This is £8.50. Buy this palette. Go out and buy it if you have somewhere near you that can get it. Okay, so that's literally the most simple eyeshadow look I can kind of think of, but I'm gonna add a cut crease. So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you how to cut crease, guys, don't worry. So we're going to get a flathead brush, whichever one I choose to use. I'm going to choose to use this one. So it's just a flathead. You get any sort of concealer or anything you want. Like, you normally go for white concealer or like a very, very light concealer. I have this hideous palette which I use to do my freckles, but here it has very light concealer. So you get like, don't coat it, but just get like a bit, and then you go from the bottom, like this corner of your eyelid, across to where you want to stop. So you do the eyelids. You don't go up and go down, you just do the, it's called a cut crease because you're cutting along the crease. You know what I'm saying? So you just go like that, and then you kind of stop where you want it to stop. The reason we do this is because if you want a bit of colour on, sometimes you can't put it over another shadow. So you put on a base that's light enough to show the colour. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? There's the cut crease. You see it? Grand. And then we're going to get another colour and add it. Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to get that white again and layer it over that cut crease, because I feel like that'll work quite well. So I'm going to get that white again, just to kind of set the cut crease colour, so it just makes it a bit more lighter. So you got, look, you see you got the cut crease there? And then what we're going to do is get whatever colour we want. I don't even know what to go for yet. Get another flat brush, not the one you just use concealer on because it's not going to work. So get another flat brush. So you get another flathead brush, and then I'm going to go in with that orange, like the shimmer, because I want to see what their shimmers are like, because sometimes shimmers are hard to do. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not awful. It's not awful shimmer. I've seen worse. I've seen worse shimmer. once you layer it on, it actually looks quite good, to be fair. So you see that if you'd have just layered that over the orange, it wouldn't have come out as the kind of bold. So you get that, and then you think, ugh, but it looks really hideous because I've got that big line where the two do meet. But then you just get the red again, and then you just kind of blend them together, and then fucking voila. That's how you cut crease, bitch. That's how you fucking cut crease. Do you see? Yes. And then you get your blending brush again, and you just kind of go in and make sure that it's all blended up onto the yellow that's still, you can still see the yellow just there. Blend them all together, and then the pièce de résistance is doing the underlid, which when I was younger I never did this lid. I just never did it. I didn't think it was a thing. I just didn't know. So you get a pencil brush, which is a brush that looks like this. Do you see? This is a thick pencil brush, and I have a thin one in there as well because I like to do like a lighter layer and then a darker layer right on the line, so it kind of brings it out a bit more. So we're going to go for the yellow. Pardon me. We're going to go like this onto that, just on the bottom lid like that. Do you see? And you kind of have to, well, you don't have to, you can get rid of that if you want, you can wipe it off, but I like to round it off and match it round. Or you could put like masking tape here and have a proper straight shadow line, but I like kind of rounded. I like a bit more colour like down here. So you've done that, and then you get a thinner pencil brush. Yeah, so you get a thinner pencil brush, which is a lot smaller, and we're going to go in with the orange, and we're going to go right underneath the lashes onto the line, so it kind of brings out, it's like shadowing. It's like when you shadow a drawing, when you do like, it's like a different, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then sometimes if I'm feeling bold, I'll get a bit of the dark colour, which is the red in this case, and I'll go right there and I'll kind of match it in. And that is how you do a fucking eye. Do you see? Why am I out of focus? So yeah, this is how you do a fucking eye. So I'm not done yet with an eye. Normally I will add highlight right into the corner because that's the kind of shit I like to do. And you put it right here. You just get a brush just like this. It's like a kind of pencil slash knot. You dip it into whatever shimmer you want and you just do this right in the corner. And then I'll make sure that it kind of blends up into the lid and kind of blends down into my nose. Otherwise it looks stupid. And then that is how you fucking eyeshadow. That is it. This is the tutorial. I'm done. And it's so weird now because I've got to do the other eye and I don't know how to do that because I've never done it normally. So yeah, let me know if you want to know anything else. I'll do different shadows another day, but like you can do like when the middle's shimmer and these two ends are dark. But this is the look that I normally go for. This is the dark and then it fades into lighter. That's the kind of look that I live for. So yeah, that's the tutorial. I'm gonna come a little bit out of focus because I look a bit shit, but I'm not gonna go, this is the final look and come back with my eyeshadow and eyebrows. This is it. I've showed you and we've reviewed the palette. I don't know why my camera's being a fucking prick, but it is. The pans are so big as well. Like look how massive they look, so profesh. Like I like the little like iridescent fucking packaging on it. It said it's limited edition. I'm living for it, I really am. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it being cruelty free though, which kind of annoys me. I mean it might be, but I can't read it anywhere. Yeah, so that's that. That is this. I would suggest buying this for £8.50 if you find this anywhere. It's a limited edition fruit punch. I think it's called, I'm going to say it's Laroc. I'm just going to go with Laroc. I would suggest buying it because the pigment is incredible. Look at that. For an £8.50 palette. I spent 40 quid on palettes that have less pigment in them. Ridiculous. Anyway, thank you so much for coming and seeing me today. I really appreciate it. Remember to push all those other little buttons at the bottom. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see all of you beautiful people in the next one. Bye, 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 bye. Well, now I've got to do the rest of my makeup and my hair. So, better get fucking cracking, ain't I?